Law enforcement across the country, including here in the Chicago area, are working to combat a dangerous trend of criminals using small devices that turn a handgun into a fully automatic weapon.
And WGN's Courtney Spinelli's been digging into the data that shows the spike in switch recoveries from city and county streets and shares the uphill battle officials are facing to fight it.
That right there is what happens when a person shoots a semi-automatic pistol. Now, let's see the difference when a small device, only the size of a coin, is added to a gun with an extended magazine. If you're wondering how many rounds were fired, it was about 30 in just 2 seconds.
Really, in the last couple of years is where there's been an explosion. And the use of these machine gun conversion devices in weapons used during crimes.
These devices turning semi-automatic weapons into fully automatic go by a handful of names, one of the most common, known as a Glock switch.
It is so small, it's very hard to detect.
These switches are illegal under federal law, but it's not stopping criminals from finding ways to get their hands on them.
It creates an exponential threat to public safety.
Data obtained by WGN shows the number of conversion devices taken off the streets has spiked from 2021 to 2022 in Chicago and across Cook County. In all of 2021, Chicago Police Department officers recovered 395 firearm switch attachments, compared to more than 460 from the start of 2022 through the beginning of December.
The percentage of these that we're getting off the streets is just going like this. It's going up every year like 100%. And I don't see any end in sight.
Data from the Cook County Sheriff's Office backs a rise in switch recoveries from 2021 to 2022. More than 30 were attached to guns recovered in 2022, compared to 19 the year before. Deputies also recovered dozens of switches that weren't attached to guns, but under federal law, they're still considered a machine gun.
Now, the norm for us is that everyone we pull over has extended magazines. We find the switches that turn them into fully automatic. We find those all the time.
Switch, blade, come on, man.
What is wrong with you?
Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart says the number of assault weapons their department is taking off the streets is skyrocketing. A major concern he shares with Jeffrey Matthews, acting special agent in charge of the Chicago Field Division of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, or the ATF, is the increased risk of death when one of these switches is added to a handgun.
It's not simply a semi-automatic firearm now that's being discharged in a public area during a crime. It is a weapon of mass destruction.
Officials say it's extremely hard to control a gun modified with a switch, only increasing the danger to everyone around when that trigger is pulled.
Most likely they're going to hit everyone around them, and that's what we see.
One example, a deadly shooting that killed 2 men and left 7 other people injured, unfolding last May at a McDonald's. Court documents accuse one of the suspects in that shooting as having a Glock 19 modified with a switch. A bond court proffer shows the handgun recovered also had an extended magazine with the ability to hold up to 34 bullets, similar to this right here. According to court records, the suspect told detectives he knew how to get a switch for $20 or $25 on the street, and it wasn't the first time he had used them.
If there's one thing we all know, here in Chicago, gun violence is completely out of control. There is no way this should be acceptable in any society.
The big question is, how are authorities tackling the problem? Locally, some say it's been a major challenge as the presence of these devices has exploded. Dart compares it to the saying, drinking water from a fire hose.
Myself and anybody else would have to be lying to you to say, well, we're on top of this, we know where they're coming from China, and how we can interdict them. No. We know where the people are printing them. No.
While Dart says much of the work is being done on a case-by-case basis as suspects are arrested and referred for prosecution, he believes the greatest need is harsher penalties to potentially deter this type of behavior.
The notion that somehow we're going to be able to do work on the front end here is beyond naive. That's just not going to be the case.
On a federal level, Matthews says this is an investigative priority for the ATF. They're offering training and information to their state and local partners as they work to fight the problem.
Really, my heart goes out to the first responders. Those are the ones that are really in the most danger of these devices, in my opinion.
Matthews says it is tough to know where the devices are coming from with the way they're manufactured, but the ATF has seen success partnering with local and state law enforcement. That includes a recent case handled by the ATF Chicago Field Division, where a man was convicted of possessing 117 switches and sentenced to 10 years.
That is 117 machine guns that were not used in crimes in the Chicago area.
A federal criminal complaint shows the suspect, Leonard Johnson, admitted to running a business where he sold switches for about $500 to repeat customers. The lead agent on this case says this is just one example, highlighting the ongoing efforts to stop this deadly problem.
It's becoming more problems, so seeing real results to stopping this is very nice.
Courtney Spinelli, WGN News.
Now, the ATF says nationwide data shows a 570% increase in switch recoveries by law enforcement from 2017 compared to the previous 5 years. By the way, we have more online on this problem locally at WGNTV.com.